Hey, what's up? How we doing tonight? My name's Jake. Good to be back here. Let's see what we got. What do we got? All right. I was just reminiscing about when I was, more immature. The first college I went to, I took an astronomy class, and the professor was like, day one, made us take, for the whole class, we had to track star patterns and like the moon and stuff. And he was like, bring a girl with you. Like, it's a good date. And I soon discovered that you can just make up star names, and it's a mood. People really like stars. So that was something I was laughing about. I was like, wow, I'm terrible, just making up constellations. My friend the other day was described as lumpy, which I was like, that's rough. I felt for him. You ever want, like, someone was describing him to someone else, and they're like, yeah, my friend, he's kind of lumpy over there. I'm like, that's harsh. You have to come up with a better word. I'm not even sure what that refers to, but it just sounds bad. Oh, man. So, sometimes just words have some really tough connotation. Lumpy, man. Felt for him. You ever watch a movie that's so bad that it's like you're transfixed, like a train wreck or something? Can't fucking look away. Last week I watched one of those movies. It's called Watch Over Us. It's Michael Pena and Alexander Skarsgård. I was like, this is gonna be good. It was laughably bad. The bad guy smokes crack throughout the movie. He's like trying to bring crack back to the drug game because he's like nostalgic for it, I guess. Makes no sense. It's possibly the worst movie I've ever seen, and I was fucking hooked the whole time. That's a weird feeling. Yeah. A lot of my friends, I'm bi. A lot of my friends are in the trans community, and I think it's interesting that we have this whole labeling conversation in this century. When if you look at like any rock star in the '80s, like you could pretty much figure it all out from that. Like like Elton John, David Bowie. If you just like talk to them for 10 minutes, like would have cleared up this whole thing up, right? It's funny we had to have the conversation more than once as a society, right? I don't know, that got me. We got any gamers in the crowd? Cool gamers? Woo! Yeah, I love Red Dead Redemption 2. It's helping me reach new levels of emotional distance in my relationships. It's fantastic. I say about 3 words in 6 hours, and I love it. It's the best. If they could make me a Red Dead Redemption 2 character, that would actually be ideal. Then I wouldn't have to worry about so many things. Just, getting eaten by an alligator. Something cool like that. Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of Westerns, I've been watching Deadwood. Anybody seen that show? That shit rules. I love that you could not get away with the shit they do in that show. One of the characters is named the N-word General. I'm like, damn, really? You guys didn't want to workshop that at all? Really? That is rough. Yeah, that's what happens when you watch a show that's like 20 years old. You'd be like, wow, culture has moved really far. Like, we've really turned around on this. Yeah. Speaking of movies that would get, like, just in so much trouble if they came out today, I watched Crank for the first time. That movie is so good. Just because it's so over the top. Like, the fact that he's not just injected with regular poison, they inject him with Chinese poison. He's like, they gave me a Chinese poison. It's so over the top. Like, what's wrong with regular poison? And then later, later on in the movie, he just like steals like a Mediterranean guy's cab and then says Al-Qaeda when the guy wants the cab back, and then like 10 people beat him up. Like, and I guess you're supposed to laugh at that, but it's just like a scary reflection of like where society was in 2005 or 2006 whenever Crank came out. That was like a joke or maybe real. I don't know. Man, he's just like, Islamophobia, give me the cab. Not great. Jason Statham's cool because like he kind of gets more bald every time I see him in a movie, which is pretty cool. There's not a lot of people. Maybe Bruce Willis is the only person that can do that as well. You have to have the right head shape for it. My head would be looking all fucked up. I have way too big of a forehead. You have to wonder, that's probably why you pay the agent that, consult on stuff like that. You guys like SNL? Yeah. I feel like it kind of peaked with Will Ferrell, and then it had a renaissance with Bill Hader. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely getting less and less funny. But I was just thinking about the announcer guy having a meltdown. I'm sick of all these fucking names. I'm tired of reading this shit. It's Saturday Night Live. This show's not funny anymore. Yeah, that guy just having a meltdown and leaving. I wonder if he's automated, because he's been around for a long time on that show. You gotta wonder. He's kind of the longest cast member in some respects. The unspoken hero of SNL. He gets all those names right every time. That's pretty tough. Yeah. We got any Robin Williams fans? Yeah, Robin Williams is fun. I think a lot of why he was funny is his inflection. He always went up like this. I really love that. I would watch him do anything. He's acting. He's not even an actor, and I watch his acting movies. He's so funny. It's just the best. All the best ones are gone too soon, But what are you gonna do, right? Yeah, and then speaking of people with funny voices, you got Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan, and he talks like this, and he sings like this, and I actually don't get the appeal of him. He's incredibly overrated. The thing with Bob Dylan is people like that he had a harmonica and a guitar, but didn't like 4 other people do that? Anyway, yeah, he always had this weird fucking lilt on his voice that drove me crazy as a kid. I hated it. My dad would play it in the car and be like, turn it off, I hate it. He's like, I'm Bob Dylan, I'm fucking gay, I sound like this. Drove me nuts. Something that also got me is my brother sometimes would get on the radio and just play classical music. I would get so pissed as a kid. I'd be, turn that shit off. Just get furious. And at Beethoven. Just such a weird feeling to hear really tranquil ass classical music, and you're just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Oh man. It's a lot for an 8-year-old to process. Yeah. I just watched the movie Fargo because I got into the show. I love how they talk, especially William H. Macy. He's like, well, it comes on at the factory. Well, I'm sorry, I can't knock off I'll talk to my boss, but there's nothing I can do. Well, you're a liar, Mr. Lundegaard. I love that shit. I feel like half of that movie, it might not even be good. It's just the regional accent carrying the whole movie. I'm not sure. I might have to rewatch it. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight, folks. Thanks.